Welcome on board, and Pretty Janet is with us on the sign language interpretation this afternoon. Now, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is expected back in the country today after cutting short his U.S. tour. Many say this could mark a new political awakening, while his supporters insist they are ready. DCP Deputy Party leader Cleophas Malala also says they are prepared, warning that hired goons have been deployed to disrupt their rallies in Nairobi. We now want to cross over to JKIA, where our reporter Jeff Kirui is. Jeff, good afternoon. I understand that Gachagua has landed. What more can you tell us from your end?
Well, very good afternoon, Grace. Indeed, we had been given information earlier on that Gachagua will be landing at Bole International Airport in Ethiopia first before making and connecting it to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. And right now we understand that that plane, ET318 from Bole International Airport, landed like 3 minutes ago. And these are the members who've gathered at the international arrivals, that is Terminal 1B. They're waiting for Rigathi Gachagua to arrive. These are members of Parliament, Senate and National Assembly. We've seen members of county assemblies from various parts of the country. We've seen members of county assembly from Nakuru. There are members of county assembly from Kiambu, Muranga, Nyeri, Nakuru. So this was a well-coordinated welcome visit by the DCP party. And remember, this is not just an event of the DCP party. It also involves members of the united opposition, that is members of the Wiper. We've seen Kitui Senator Eno Kwambua here. All the affiliate parties actually are represented here within the united opposition. There were earlier attempts by police to at least restrict people from and supporters of Rigathi Gachagua from accessing the terminal, that is Terminal 1B, so that to ensure just smooth flow of operations, members who are visitors who are landing here, so that they don't disrupt business here. But they've not managed that, because as you can see, these are supporters who've breached that barrier that was created by police officers, and now they're waiting for Rigathi Gachagua to land. Remember, a few minutes ago we saw the floral bearers waiting for the DCP party leader to arrive. Remember, this trip was cut short, and the reasons given by Rigathi Gachagua for cutting short his trip of the United States of America is to come and coordinate the upcoming by-elections after the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission announced that they will be conducting those by-elections in November. So remember, also the by-elections is actually a litmus test to test the popularity between the opposition and the Kenya Kwanza administration. So that perhaps explains why this trip was cut from the initial 60 days, that is 2 months, to 43 or so days. Remember, he left the country on July 9th, and he's arriving today at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. There were earlier concerns that perhaps there are plans by the ruling administration, Kenya Kwanza, to arrest the DCP party leader. But from what we understand so far is that he has only been required to record statement regarding his sentiments that he made abroad, linking President William Ruto to the terror group Al-Shabaab. So as it stands now, this is the situation. Is expected to disembark any time from now. The time is 1 minute past 1, so we are expecting that at least in the next 30 minutes he will have been cleared. Remember, he's being accompanied by the wife, Dorcas Rigathi Gachagua, and we've seen some members of his family. We've seen the entire DCP party family here at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Earlier on, when we were coming in here, they were trying to restrict our supporters from accessing the airport. They had deployed the anti-terror police units outside the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport just to ensure that the free flow of business continues smoothly uninterrupted at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. But there are members actually who made their way here as early as 7:30 because there were concerns that they will also be denied access. This is what I was talking about already. They're waiting for the leader to come. These are some of the floor ladies who were waiting to receive the DCP party leader. There are some of the family members who are here. So basically that is the situation here, Grace, at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Remember, after a year from the conversation that we had with some of the party leaders of the DCP parties, that they will be making an entry to the Central Business District before going to Kamukunji grounds. Kamukunji grounds is now where perhaps the story is, because remember, Kamukunji grounds has been synonymous with the ODM leader Raila Odinga. When there is any pronouncement that the party leader of ODM has wanted to make or direct his supporters, it has been at the Kamukunji grounds. So why the choice of Kamukunji grounds for DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua? That is what we will also try to establish, but we don't know as it stands now whether the police will allow this convoy to move from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport all the way to the city center. Grace.
All right, thank you so much, Jeff Kirio. Like you said there, we have seen various leaders who have also thronged the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport just to receive their party leader, that is the DCP party leader, Rigathi Gachagua. But before letting you go, Jeff, perhaps you can tell us what leaders are anticipating. Will he be addressing, coming forth ahead of the by-elections, or are they going to let him rest a bit, or are we going to see activities, lineup of activities once he's, hit the country, now that he's back in the country? Jeff?
I think Grace is expected to hit the ground running. Remember also because since he left the country on July 9th, the political environment has been somewhat quiet, and he will be looking to pick up from where he left when he left the country in July. And from the engagements also that we had with the leaders from DCP party, this will be an opportunity actually for the DCP party leader to assess the situation in the country politically, and also drum up support for his DCP party for the upcoming by-elections scheduled for November this year. Remember, there is one specific constituency that they will be keen actually to test their might, their political firepower in the Mount Kenya region, considering the fact that as it stands currently, there is quite hostility for the ruling Kenya Kwanza administration since his impeachment in October last year. And this will be an opportunity for the DCP party as well as the DCP party leader to test his political firepower in the Mbeere constituency by-election, considering which was left vacant actually by the appointment of Geoffrey Ruku as the Public Service Cabinet Secretary. So that is one of the constituencies where they will be testing their might to know exactly where they stand ahead of the 2027 elections. Of course, there is also the Malava constituency, and we've seen the Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala drumming up support for the party in a region which largely is considered to be a region that supports the broad-based government, considering that the Member of Parliament, Malulu Nzendi, who passed on, was elected under the broad-based government as it stands now. So that also fronts another opportunity for a face-off between the Kenya Kwanza administration and the united opposition, that is DCP, Wiper, and of course there are also talks to zone out areas, in areas where a specific political party is considered to be dominant. They agree on a specific candidate to fly the flag of that constituency. So those are some of the dynamics that we will be looking forward to in the upcoming by-elections. Grace.
Right. Thank you so much, Jeff, for giving us that detailed report on the return of DCP party leader, that is Rigathi Gachagua, who has been away for the past 2 months in his US tour. Of course, like Jeff said, he had to cut off his tour so that he can come and participate in the by-elections or help his party get ready for the by-elections that are slated for November later on this year. It is a story that we are following keen on. Jeff has said that he has already landed at the JKIA International Airport. And of course, checkout is ready. And once the DCP party leader is ready to address the nation or the congregants that have thronged at the JKIA to officially receive him back in the country, we'll be crossing over back to JKIA once that gets ready. Now, let us